Yo, flag on the culture. We got Aaron. We got Arness, man. We got another one. Another one for y'all, man. Aaron, how you feeling tonight?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Flag on the culture, man. We got something special for him tonight. Uh, man, I've been doing good, Ness. Thank you for asking, bro. How you doing, man? How's everything on your end? How's life?
I'm blessed, man. Opportunities are opening up, man. Soon, I'll be able to share with you guys. But until then, no, I want to keep it to myself. But it's gonna be something special for sure. Something special.
Yeah, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. I
Stay
already know we
tuned,
always got
man.
something special. Uh, As a matter of fact, we got a special guest tonight. So speaking of special things, man, we got a special guest tonight, man. For me, he was bigger than a coach to me. I kind of, from a personal standpoint, I looked at him as one of the biggest pillars in my life at the time that he was involved in my life. Um, a coach, father figure, man. Man, just somebody who honestly is very selfless that I've seen growing up with him, around him. I'm not gonna say growing up with him, just growing up around him, and even being raised by him. You know what I'm saying? That's Dejuan Shamburger, man. So, I know he's a coach, mentor, father figure to me. Man, what is he to you, Next? Like, what is some things that Dejuan Shamburger has done for you, aka D Sham?
Man, Sham has been consistent, man. He started coaching when I was in high school. I actually coached under him at one point in time, and he's still at PHS, and he's been consistent. And we're gonna get into it. I think he's probably the most undervalued coach in PHS history, as far as I know. But we gonna get into that, man. I can't wait. I can't wait till we have this conversation, man.
Man, let's bring him on.
Yeah, man. Let's bring in Dejuan Shamburger.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Shamburger, what's going on?
What's up, boss?
D
Man, good
Sham,
to
what's
have
up
you
with you,
on.
man?
Man, I had to get on here with y'all, man. I've been saying y'all been doing good things, man.
Yeah, man, I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that, man. We ready to man, we just want you to just come out and just let us, let everybody know who you are first and foremost. Let everybody know what you do. Before we get anything started, man. So just tell us who you are, what you do and things like that.
Shit, man, I'm Coach Shamburger. Man, wait, first of all, I don't, cuss word or two might come out, man. So I don't want to,
You're all good, man. It's a
You
flag on the
good, you
coach,
good,
man.
Sam.
But yeah, I'm Coach Shamburger, Dejuan Shamburger. I coach at Pasadena High School. I've been in the community for a long time, man. So just here to touch bases with my young fellas, man. I've been coaching since what? I started with y'all, huh? '07? When y'all graduate?
He graduated before I did.
When you graduate, Ness?
I graduated in '08.
That's when I started, man.
Yeah,
That's when I
exactly. That's what I
started.
just said. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Man, so
What's
just to
going
crank it off, man, I got a question for you, D Sham, man. Just growing up in life, man, you had more of an influence on me than you did on I feel like a lot of people who you've only coached. I look at you as a father figure, someone who's been a mentor in my life, shown me a whole lot of things, man. And firstly, I appreciate that. But secondly, man, just being the man you are, who are some people who you grew up, man, that had an impact on your life growing up, man, and how did they influence you to be as successful as you are?
Man, first of all, I'm gonna start with Kevin Mills, man, because he gave me the opportunity to become coach, with high school. So that's one of them. Man, I had a lot of people I looked up to, man, but a lot of different ways, but we're not gonna talk about that. But we right now, all I can think of right now is Kevin Mills, because like I said, he gave me the opportunity to coach, man. And, something I wanted to give back to the youth, because a lot of them don't have father figures around. So it was something I really wanted to do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Sham, I was telling how I actually coached under you, right? And you've been coaching, like you said, since '08. And we're gonna get into you stepping down to PHS as a head coach, but you're still an assistant coach, right? But where did you learn or because I know Coach Mills put you on, but now you are a coach now. So now where do you develop, what kind of coach you're going to be and how you're going to go about running your program now?
I just listening to a lot of different coaches, man. Like I said, I coached with Mills, Randy Horton, um, Doug Bledsoe. Who was the other coach? McFarland. So
Yeah,
I've been
Coach
at
McFarland.
HS. I've been at HS all since I've been coaching. I left 1 year, but I just been taking different pieces from different coaches I've been up under. Man, like I said, Mills give you that structure. Randy give you that conditioning, and you just start taking the little pieces from everybody that you've been under, and just watching other coaches speak and other college coaches, and just going from there.
Yeah, being a sponge. Yeah, man, that's big, man. So as a Bulldog, man, how'd you feel as becoming a head coach, like and accomplishing what you did? So you was a former Bulldog, grew up, went to HS. Man, then you flipped the narrative and went back and gave it back to him and came head coach. So how do you feel, man? How that make you feel?
Man, that made me feel, that was one of the joyful things in my life, man, becoming a head coach at Pasadena High School. Like I said, I went there, I graduated in 94, started coaching 08. And, I just felt it was my time, man. So I put in a lot of, time underneath everybody, learned a lot of different things and knew what not to do and what to do. And, we took it from there.
Yeah. So as a head coach, right, which we already talked about, being a former player, but as a head coach, you have done what I see. The thing about HS, and we're gonna get into HS, but the thing about HS, we don't even know the tradition of HS, right? But as
Right.
far as I can think back, right, you probably have the most playoff victories as far as that we know about, the most league playoff, games as well. Also, turkey tussles, where you have the most lopsided win as far as I know in PHS history, right? So, can you tell us, man, what made you step down, man, after you doing all this as a head coach?
That was a tough decision, man. My administration that year didn't want to, like I tell them, man, you guys gotta, listen to what what I'm doing up here. I'm coaching football. I'm not teaching in the classroom. That's what the administration supposed to manage and, look over at that point in time. But what made me step down really, man, because like I said, man, we were trying to build something. We had something going on. I had Maxie over there with me. He wanted to be a head coach. Like I told my administrators that year, I'm stepping down, but I'm not leaving. I'm still going to do everything I do, but I want Maxie to be the head coach. He want to get his feet wet and he wants to be a head coach, So I'm like, this is the prime opportunity. We on top. We Division III. Like, we rolling. So that year, he they told me I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So, I tried. And then at that point in time, man, he had got that call, that he was going to go to ballpark and be the head coach. And from there, I'm like, man, you know what? I don't like how administration is right now. We on top right now. PHS is booming. It ain't been like this in a long time. And this is the prime opportunity to get stuff going. For them to tell me no, it kind of really threw me for I'm just you know what, I'm done with PHS. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was hard, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard. After all the hard work that went through that school, went through practice, all the up and downs, D-Sham ain't gonna do shit. He just a this and this and that. I proved a lot of people wrong. So for that opportunity to come, and when like I told him, let's do this, man. Like we on top right now, man. This is the prime opportunity. No. So I'm like, man, you know what? Okay, I'm out of here. So once he went to go be a head coach, I went over there, his first time being a head coach. So I wanted to go over there, help him out. He kind of already knew what he was doing, but still just be that assistant head coach that I can be, to help this young man build what he's trying to build.
Man, that's fire, man. So that's like, again, man, we start off with the intro. I'm like, man, D Sham been selfless since I met him, man. So just having that heart, man, just having that understanding, man. It's a bunch of things we wish for and a bunch of things we have, but during that time, or if that time ever comes around, what's some things that you wish you had more of as a head coach at PHS? It could be finances, it could be resources. What's some things that you wish that you had more of?
Man, hey, listen, and I hope everybody listening to this. I wish I had more Bulldog support, man. When I say Bulldog support, I'm talking about alumni, man. I've been trying to get stuff done with alumni, man, and it's just like they always wonder why Mirror is this, Mirror is that, man. Mirror alumni base is solid, man. They own. And just how I've been trying to get PHS alumni to be solid. Let's get it. Let's go. I ain't asking y'all to give the program $1,000 a month. Man, $100 a year. Man, y'all spend $100 a year in 2 days. You know what I mean? So it's just a bit like I said, it's just more support. I mean, if the Bulldog alumni support would be as solid as I know it could be, man, PHS would get back to where it was when I left in 2022.
Yeah. So I do understand that, because I never understood the mirror culture. My wife is now a track coach over there. So I'm over there more just because of her. And I see it, though, because everybody who works as far as a position is a mirror alum, and everybody is mirror. And that's not necessarily the case at PHS. Like, the principal, from what I know, these are people who are not from Pasadena in particular, or they have no ties to Pasadena. So how is it that, the administrative and the sports and the school in general can be as whole, where we can get this together? Because we all PHS alum here on this call.
And we all got to be able to lock in together, man. Like I said, there should be no reason why PHS can't be like it should be.
Yeah.
We have enough alumni that went to PHS, that are successful alumni, that are in the community. I mean, I just don't want to see our alumni when it comes turkey tussle time. Turkey tussle, that's a one game.
Yep.
We want to accomplish more than one game. Yeah, we want to win that game, but hey, man, if we don't, we still got time to go do what we can do. But at right now, if we can get these alumni to step up and step in, because I'm an alumni, man, and y'all know I couldn't take it no more, man. I'm a head coach getting $1,200, right?
Oh.
$500 is that is coming out of taxes. You know what I mean? So can't nobody tell me I ain't giving back to my school. I'm an alumni, so I don't care what nobody said. Nobody can tell me I ain't gave back. I give back when I'm giving shoes away, when I'm buying breakfast, when I'm buying lunch, when I'm mentoring, when I'm counseling. I'm uncle, I'm daddy, I'm your psychiatrist. You know what I mean? So I'm everything. So it's just like, man, I just wish everybody can just lock in. Like I said, like you said, Ness, everybody that's at Mirror, man, either went to Mirror or had family to go to Mirror. They work at Mirror. The principals are damn Mirror alumni. The athletic director, all the damn coaches. I mean, it's just like, man, I wish, that's something that I wish we can get built at PHS.
Yeah. So you kind of hit on this too as well, Sham, because I want to go to the pay. And I understand we have 4 public schools and they're pretty close. But what do you think, and we had discussions, what do you think Pasadena Unified School District should do about this, though? Because as a coach, the amount of time, and I'm not even talking about just football, I'm talking about all the athletics, what should be done so the coaches can actually be compensated for the work that they're putting in and doing?
For one, I talked about this the other day. I said, man, if the district, Pasadena Unified, just open up the district. When I mean open up the district, like if I live in Rancho or if I live in San Marino, I don't have to have an address to be in Pasadena. That's more money for the district. Now we get more kids. We get more revenue. Now we can get the stipend. I mean, I forgot. Let me touch on this too. So the stipend for PUSD has not been raised since 1976. 2 years ago, it got raised, right? 2 years ago, would work with we had a couple of people working on this. Melody Omer, she's our athletic director at Pasadena High School, and I think Alfredo was on this too. But they've been trying to get this done, you know, and for that to happen, that was good. But if we can get the district, man, it's not enough people in Pasadena no more to have 4 high schools, right? Especially with this devastation that has happened with the Eden fires, man. It's nobody really in Pasadena no more, man. So to get the money built up, get the kids back in here and stay in PUSD, man, I really think we should just open up the district, man. And we really don't have no barriers where if you live in Rancho or you live in San Marino or wherever. I mean, I think that'll be big for PUSD.
That's big. That's big.
So, you know, with that, go ahead.
What they call it, open enrollment?
See, no, it's open. Open enrollment is if you live in Pasadena and you're in Mirror District, but you want to go to PHS. So now, if I'm in Mirror District and I want to go to PHS, that's the open enrollment. It's a lottery. But the open district is like Charter Oak. Charter Oak is open district.
Gotcha.
So you know what I mean? I don't gotta live in Charter Oak's district to go to Charter Oak. So, you know, that'll help out PUSD more, you know, and you know, get a lot of people back to Pasadena. And then the other thing, man, you know, touching bases on that, it's hard to live in Pasadena, man. A 1-bedroom is $2,300.
Yeah.
If I'm a single parent, I got a single parent, I got 3 kids. I'm not gonna live in a 1-bedroom when I can go to Rancho or Victorville for $2,200 and get a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. That's a different story.
Man, that's a great point because man, you know, there's no knock on it, but a lot of people, it's a lot of talent that move out to IE. And all those people though are from LA, Pasadena for the most part. For example, you know, Darren Hall played for the Cardinals. He's from Pasadena, but went to school out in the IE. And of course, there's more people. So you talk about the price of Pasadena going up in general. It would make sense for them to be an open district to allow those kids to come back in to the school where they're actually from and represent where they're from. So it makes sense big time.
Exactly. It makes a lot of sense. But, you know, that's above our pay grade, man. It was just something that, you know, we could touch on. But, hey, hopefully somebody will start listening soon.
Hey, that's why we throwing flags out there, man. Come on, district. Man. Let's go. Let's go, man.
Man, that was new information to me. I'm listening like, damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, man, it's tough out here, man. You know, and like I said, for us to have 4 high schools, it's hard to really build a football team. Like I said, I tell Mir this all the time. You can ask Lance and all that. I tell him, man, every time y'all see me, y'all should say thank you, man. You know why I say thank you? Because I left. If I would have never left, none of this would even be going on.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If they would have go ahead.
Let's talk about this because me personally, just from what I know from PHS, I feel you're the most undervalued head coach at PHS. And the reason for it is because you have your body of work of you going to the playoffs, beating the tussle, going, you know, first round, second round, whatever it is, winning league 3 years consecutively, right? Which HS hasn't done in years. And then you got to leave. And they had to find out the hard way where now you guys went, I want to say it was 9-1, 10-1, and then the following year to go win 0 games. So how I know it confirmed for you that you was undervalued, but do you feel like you were truly undervalued? And I'm not even talking about just administrator because Maxie said it that, you know, even as a coach, you know, players take you for granted and everything.
Well, you know, I really do think I'm undervalued, but I think a lot of these coaches are undervalued, man, because we just don't coach, man. I'm telling you, man, we give them rides, we give them money to get home. Coach, I didn't eat today. Man, I'm like, I think I'm the EBT card, you know what I mean? I'm buying groceries for the school and leaving them in the refrigerator out my own pocket, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we undervalued, man. No, nobody appreciates
High school
to
coach.
me, high school coaches, because they just think, okay, the kids is out here just want to play football. No, it's more to it, man. We out here in 100-degree weather. We out here dealing with kids that never played football, that want to play football. Kids, I mean, like I tell
Kids get
our
away from
kids,
the streets.
man, I tell our kids every day, man, we ain't the only ones out here in this heat and playing football, man. So all the crying and I'm tired on this. We all tired, man. The whole United States is tired that's playing football right now. So either y'all this is volunteer. We're not telling you to get out here and come play football. We're not forcing you to do this. It's something you want to do. So I'm telling my kids, like, man, take some pride in this, man. So, like I said, I feel a lot of coaches are undervalued, man. So, you know, coaches do a lot of different things, man. And it's never, you don't never get a call like, hey, man, here go $300, man. I know you just brought the kids some food, man. I ain't never got that call. So, yeah, we undervalue for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So, Sham, with the community, what's some things that you could reach out to the community that we want the community to do to start helping out undervalued coaches or coaches that may have been in positions like yours where they just overextending for kids that's not even theirs, putting time and effort into things that's not even theirs? What's some things that you can do to keep the people involved where they don't necessarily have to feel like where you don't have to necessarily feel as a burden to someone else's kids?
Yeah, I mean, the community, man, I just feel like I said, man, we just got to come together, man. That's the best thing to do. Like, when tragedy happens, everybody wants to come together. I think we should just come together just for good things, not just always bad things, So, really, that question is just come together. Come to the game. Help support the Bulldogs. Don't sit in the Victory Park, because you don't want to pay the little $12, man. Like, come on, man. Just come in, sit in the stands. I know everybody wants something for free, but man, if we can get help, that's helping us. Come to the game and pay your $12 and sit in the stands. Come buy a taco or two. So, that's me personally. That's the best thing I could do is with the community is all of us just coming together for good, not just bad.
So Sham, I'm about to get a little messy with this, man. So I found out the business structure of I'm not gonna say all of high school, but how PUSD works as far as PHS and ASB. So I don't understand. Football probably generates the most money out of all the programs. So I don't understand how most of the money doesn't go back into the program. Can you explain that dynamic of where is the money going? Because during that time of those 3 years, you guys had the stands rocking, you had the parking lot, everything, snack bars, everything set up. And I understand that all of that did not go towards the football program. Can you share why that is and where exactly is this money supposed to be going to?
And I'm glad you said that, man, because that was one of the reasons why I really stepped down. Because I just believe, like I said, nobody's coming to see nothing but football. Yes, a couple of parents coming to see their their daughters cheer, and the band and all that. But ultimately, they're coming to see the football game. So this is not just for PHS. I truly believe that if you own a business, Arness, and you're only getting 20% of your business, you're like, how is this business? And I'm only getting 20%, right? So, okay, let's restructure this, man. This is my business. I got to get at least half. I tried that. And like I said, to me, every sport that and ultimately, let me tell you why the money really don't always go to football is because they say that football and basketball are the only sports that you have to come pay to see. So we have to help pay for other referees, like for soccer. Every sport that has like officials, we have to help pay for that. And I understand that, no problem. So that 50%, that you guys are taking to ASB should help pay for all that and let football kick their 50% to have building stuff like, kids are visual, man. They like to see new uniforms, helmets. That's why a lot of kids like to go to Oregon, man. They got 40 different combinations, man. So if we could get what, it's not about what we're trying to do for the parents and the school. We want the kids. The kids are the one to play. They want to see what they coming to. So if we can generate that money now, we getting, we got to pay for the DJ. We got to pay for this. We got the smoke and this and that. So we trying to make it look as nice as we can. But if we don't have the budget or the money to do it, and then when I go ask for the money, they're like, oh, we can't do that. We got to, ASB has to approve it, this and this and that. No. If we made 98,000 and you guys only want to give us 20,000 out of that 98, that is a problem, man. That money is just going to go to ASB to go fix a locker or put a mural on the wall. We got 1,000 murals. We don't need no more murals. We got 10 different Bulldogs. What do we need that for? So the money should always go back to football. It should be always a 50-50 cut, period.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. And when I learned this, honestly, I don't even think it should go 50-50. I think it should be 70-30 or something like that, honestly.
They give the most to, like, you got to be real with how, like we said, how the setup is, bro. Like, the setup is, this is for this, like, we're raising money for this program. Like, so, like, that's not, you got to be real with how that setup is.
So let me give you another reason why we want to rate, why we always say we need the 50%, right? So we generate 25,000 that year. Right? Every kid can't go buy a spear pack. Every kid can't go buy this, cleats and this and that. We want to give that money back to the kids. So now this is what we trying to build. I like everybody to look unified. So if we go home, we got away games. We in sweatsuits, travel bags, looking nice. Like the Mater Days and the Boscos. See, they look nice because they got a lot of money generated. They got people that's in the NFL that's donate back to this program. So for us to get that money back, we're not taking it. We're giving it back to the program, meaning the kids. So now when we generate this money, we don't gotta do a lot of fundraising to go get $200 cleats or $150 cleats. Man, shit costs. Yeah. For instance, we do a team meal every Friday. We feed the kids because they at school all day, right? Man, it used to be like $350, $400 to feed them a week. Man, then it went to $550, $560. Man, that's $5,000 to $6,000 to feed them for the year, and that's just the 10 games. Yeah. Now, when we go to playoffs, that's another extra $560 or this and this and that. But that money is not going towards us. We can't even pay the coaches an extra stipend because they say we can't pay coaches out of the money we raise for football or the money we generated for football. I mean, I'm like, guys, you keep track of where the money's going now. If I say, hey, I want to pay Johnny $500 because he's getting an extra stipend for working, well, you shouldn't let me do that if it's coming out of our budget. And then just to let y'all know, man, PUSD don't even pay for playoff games. You get paid for 10 weeks. You get hours.
Wow.
Once the playoffs come, you don't get no money. We're working for free. Listen, those 4 weeks we was in the check, 5 weeks, because we went to the state game. Do you think we got paid for that?
Nope.
I thought y'all did.
No. Well,
that's why y'all was coaching so good.
Throw the flag. Throw the flag. Yeah, no, we didn't get paid. We don't get paid for that. And that's just not PHS, that's PUSD.
No, exactly.
So, that's a lot of stuff has to change, man, because like I said, if you want mere PHS enrollment up, I mean, it's hard like that. Like I said, we got 4 high schools. Blair holding on to a football team. They was 8 man, now they want 11 man. Marshall Marshall is the only school in Pasadena that you have to have a permit for. You can live literally right across the street, but you still got to get a permit.
Mm.
And they're barely making football teams. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so much, man. Like I said, there's so much stuff above our pay grade. It's just like, wow.
Nah, but I'm glad you sharing this because everybody sees stuff from the outside and oh, it should look like this, but they're not understanding. They being cat. But I want to ask you this question, Sham. Even though I know you don't want to go nowhere, and we'll talk about where HS is going now with this season. But if you were to do it over, right, and like, hey, I'm looking for another head coaching position, what not? Are you now looking at it more so as I just want to coach, or are you looking at the business side as the admin has to be correct and everything as far as another opportunity for you to become a head coach somewhere else?
The opportunity, the admin got to be correct. Everything got to be on the line, man. Like, as of right now, man, I'm good. Like, I'm not the head coach, but Ron's my guy. Like I told everybody, I told him in the press conference, man, I wish I had me when I was coaching. You know what I mean? So I didn't have to do everything. When I was a head coach, man, I was doing everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ron just coach, let me deal with all the other shit. I order the shit, I do this, I do that, so he can just focus on coaching. Because if he had to do everything that I was doing, oh, he would have been out of here. And he said it. He'll tell you. He would have been out of here. And he only came back because this is what he'll tell you. I only came and did this, Sham, because you said you was going to be here with me, and that's why I'm here. And he'll tell you that.
So when he mentioned y'all that he was doing everything, he's not lying as far as it's game day. Sham is not even on the field because he's setting up stuff at the snack bar. He is also getting stuff from the locker rooms, bringing up bags, ball bags. This is literally Sham. This is what he's doing. And nobody else is assisting him. And it's like, well, why aren't there other coaches? There's only a certain amount of keys, and we don't have access to these things. So so now he's handicapped because the school don't want to trust nobody else to help him do his job. So he's telling the truth when he's telling you that he's literally doing everything and he's the head coach.
No, for sure. But like I said, I made it easy for Ron. Like I said, he just got to coach and do every little things he want to do, and man, we trying to rock and roll.
Yeah. Aaron, you got anything you want to add to that?
Man, Sham, since 08, man, I know you didn't have some dogs, man. So who are some players that really made you feel good as a coach? Maybe even some players that went on to the league and played, some players that went off to college and played. Who were some players that you can say that you kind of had a thing for,
Well, I would say I'm on Zoom right now with two dogs. Y'all was, I don't care what nobody said, man. Y'all size-wise, anything, man. Y'all was some dogs. I coached a lot of good kids, man. That went to the next level, man. One kid, this dude was special, man. You can ask anybody that was around him. That dude, Mekhi Fox. He was one special kid, man. As a freshman, I knew he was gonna be something else, and I think everybody knew around him. But we had a lot of dogs there, man. Malachi Langley. My last couple of years, he went to Fresno State. Balen Brooks went to San Diego. So I only got to coach him 1 year, but man, he was a phenomenal kid, man. Even Sean Jones, man. But we had a lot of guys man, that I coached, man, that went to the next level, man. I had to have my whole yearbook and start looking at names. There was so many, but like I said, Mekhi just came to my mind, man, because he was a special kid. Wasn't a hard-headed kid. He was just a special kid, man. And like I said, that dude right there, man. You get the ball in his hands, man. It's showtime.
Man, I know what you're talking about. First game of the season, we playing San Marino. We gave him a pitch. Aaron, he dropped the ball. picked it back up, reversed the field, and scored.
And that was
Nobody touched him as a freshman. First touch.
Yeah. But there was a lot of special kids that, was at PHS, man. But, it was a nice, that Makai, though, like I said, man, he just stood out to me just for me watching him in Pop Warner, man. I'm like, oh, man, I got to get him. Everybody was after him, man. It was like, even when he got to PHS, Bosco and Monterey and everybody still trying to get him, man. Like, man, I'm going to stick it out here. That's what he did. And he went on to go to Colorado State. Things could have been a little bigger for him, but, like I tell everybody, man, football is just secondary, man. That classroom is first. You can't get it done in there right, man, then, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I'm glad. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
So Sham, man, I want to know, like, man, with you coaching and being in the positions that you are, what's some things that it might be some coaches that's around you, like, man, I don't know what he's talking about. Like, he don't know what he's talking about. What's something that you can let them know to pay attention to? Have some coaches, you might have some coaches out there that's competing with you when they really don't have to. So what's the way that you move to where, what's something that you can show them or tell them to grab from you to where they can apply to themselves for them to be as good as a coach as you are?
At first, all coaches got to be coachable. I'm the head coach, man. I listen to everybody. I don't, I make decisions. But man, when we coach it, we got to be a unit. The boat gonna sink with me being successful or not. So I'm gonna have the last say so. But man, I'm not that type to, like, no, we ain't doing that. You're not gonna be a good coach like that. You got to be able to be coachable with coaches. You might be some younger coaches that might know a little bit more than you. You're gonna sit there and listen to them too. But we all gonna listen together. As me being the head coach, or just telling young coaches one thing they need to do is you got to gain the kids' trust. You can't just be that. No. It's not gonna happen. If a lot of kids these days are check out. Back in y'all days, we could cuss y'all out and get that's just gonna get y'all mad. Want to go out there and do something. But nowadays, man, that's just gonna send a lot of these kids to the bench. Like, man, I'm transferring me. I'm leaving. But coaching, me telling another coach, hey man, one thing to do, like I said, make sure your kids gain the trust in you, man. You might know them forever, but they still need to trust you. Coach, don't yell. Yeah, yell once you coach while you're coaching. Just don't yell because you want to be yelling because they made a mistake. We're coaches, you're not gonna be a successful coach by being that type of coach.
Mm-hmm. So you brought this up as far as St. John Bosco modern day, right? And I saw some on Twitter. It was asked which school is, or what city district is probably the most poached as far as talent wise, and somebody said Pasadena. What is your thoughts about that? Because we do see a lot of guys from Pasadena. They play at other schools, rather modern day, St. John Bosco, Centennial, whatever it is, Alamany. Do you feel like Pasadena is that rich of a talent? And then do you feel like they're the most poached as far as in the state of California?
And most definitely, man. They come to Pasadena. I mean, that's been going on for years, man. Years. And I'm gonna just throw a curveball a little bit, man. Private schools to me, I think I heard Carl say this, man, on the last time he was on here, that I don't care what school you go to, man. It starts at home. You can say, oh, you at school with coaches off for 6-7 hours. Yeah, he is. But when he go home, what is he doing? Are you on him about his grades? Are you on him about his schoolwork? Are you on the teachers? Oh, well, why is he missing this assignment? Okay, let me talk to him now. It's private schools to me, like I said, we all private schools, public schools, they all got to take the same SAT. They all got to take the same core classes to go to college. But it's always that parents just feel like, oh, my son or daughter goes to a private school, we uppity or something, but you still coming back to the projects. Mm-hmm. You still coming back to down the street on wherever at. But, we can't always just keep saying this private school, private school, private school. It starts at home. And Pasadena was a landmark that every private school always wanted somebody from Pasadena. Yeah. I mean, we were getting kids left and right. Where you going? I'm going to Alameda. Where you going? I'm going over here to Sierra Canyon. Oh, I'm going to LaSalle. Oh, I'm going to St. Francis. I'm like, me and PHS right here, they putting out just as much talent as y'all are, that we could do the same thing here. I mean, come on, man. Just look at the talent that was in Pasadena that didn't go to no private school. They went to Mirror, PHS, even Blair. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, guys. Football is football. Like I tell a kid, you want to transfer, you want to do all this, but you cry that we doing 100-yard gashes or 100-yard Monday, 1,000-yard Mondays. But when you go to wherever you're going to go, you still got to put your cleats on, your shoulder pads, your helmet. Nothing's changing. Yeah. So, yes, Pasadena's always been a landmark where they want to take kids elsewhere.
And it's funny you brought that up as far as going off to the next level. So I think Pasadena is in the top 10 as far as the most in the NFL from John Muir and HS. I think Muir the last couple of years, I think they're up to 21, but HS is 19. And that's still more than Alemany, St. John Bosco, all of these guys that's actually who go to those schools. Pasadena, Muir, and HS alone has still got more out to the to NFL level than actual, going somewhere else. So it's crazy that you even say that Pasadena and Muir are still in the top 10 as far as getting guys out, and they stay home.
If they want you, they gonna find you. Yep. Period.
Yeah. Man, yeah. I just want to piggyback off that just for the simple fact of, man, like with having that. He said start at home. What if some people from our Pasadena area had upbringings to where they fearful for their kids, or they fearful for the people who they used to have, either bad connections with. They just don't know how they think, and so how do we bring something together to where, like, how do we bring something together to where we kind of stop that to get a better understanding? You know what I'm saying? How do we stop that cycle of, allowing back in the day to have to do with, the new things? Because I think that's really the biggest reason why a lot of the kids leave our area. Like saying, even with it starting at home, you might have some situations where some parents might have went through some stuff growing up in the streets where now they don't want their kid maybe possibly even seeing half of the things they brought. So what are some ways that maybe some parents could avoid that even if they do stay in Pasadena? Like what's some things that we can, like?
Well, for one, they got to come to the school and, tour the school, man. And I'm going to say this. I'm glad you said that, man. You can't run away from something that's in life. You know what I mean? Where are you running from? Where you going to go? If you go to Bishop Montgomery or wherever you're going to go, man, it's gang banging everywhere. There's drugs everywhere. So like I tell them, man, I go to a private school. First, let me go back. So I'm at a public school, and yeah, it's drugs there. Yeah, some weed there. Might be some other stuff there, right? But now I go to a private school where everybody got this. I'm buying that high quality shit. They talking about that, what's that oxys and that whatever that powerful shit is now. And they going in the bathroom, bumping their nose and all that. Like, come on, man. Guys, we can't run away from this. This is in the world. Where are we going? Everywhere we go is trouble, right? Everywhere we go is some type of trouble. Like either the white people don't like the black people. It's this shit is still going on in the world. Like, we can't get away from this, man. That's why I try everybody. I'm glad you said that, because Pasadena's gang banging, it's gang infested, it's this and this and that. What? Man, anywhere you go is gonna be somebody there that live in Compton but go to Oaks Christian. So you don't think he cousin or blood and wifey at Oaks Christian? Come on, man. Now you got the white people and the Hispanic people. You know the biggest word now is
Nigga.
nigga. How everybody a nigga? Now we all from the same country. We all like you know what I mean? It's hey, there's no way you can get away from it. So we can't just determine if I go to Pasadena or if I go to John Muir, oh, it's gang infested, or it's a lot of drugs there. No, wherever you go is drugs. Believe me, I'm on campus. It's drugs, wherever campus you go is drugs. Believe me. Like I said, I coach kids at Arcadia. Man, they like, man, them Asians, man, they got the boom, man, they got it. Like what? Oh, this over here is nothing. They got whatever you want. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, that's Arcadia. That's a public school. That's in Arcadia. But you know, in Arcadia, you got a lot of money. So you can't run away from that. Squirm. It's that no, there's no way to run from how can I get my kid here to be safe? How can I get my kid here to be safe? Man, shit, it was just a school shooting today. School only been in fucking 10 days. So how are we determining where our kids are safe at now? We just have to just pray, make sure we do the best thing we can for our kids, tell them what we need to know. Hey, stay away from this, stay away from that. But we tell them that you guys were kids before. So if your dad or somebody say, hey, man, don't do that, but your homies is doing, you like, man, let me try it one time. Being a follower, right? But you might not like it no more, but you still got friends that do it, but you step away, right? So it's just the decisions that your kid has to make. That, like I say, that starts at home. Son, you know, it's a lot of gang banging around here. If somebody try to dare you to come over here, wear this blue or red and come over here to the hood, let's do some boxing, let's put you on or whatever. Man, stay away from that. And nowadays, you don't even got to do all that. You just hang around somebody, now you're a blood or a crip. Yep. Now, and this right here, right here, they tell you, oh yeah, I'm a gangbanger now. I'm throwing up the L or I'm throwing up the C. Like, come on, guys. We can't, there's no way you can get away from that. No way. I don't care. Like I said, you could take your son to wherever private school you want, but you still gotta come back home unless you live next door to the private school.
Yep. Now that's fact. That's fact.
I said his perspective. I love to, you know what I'm saying? I love to throw flags even on our coach. We got to, man. So yeah, straight out.
Hey, Shem, I got two questions, man. I want to talk about, you brought up the fires, the Eaton Canyon fires, right? That Pasadena, Altadena experience, right? And what have you seen as far as someone who's inside the community, how the community has rallied together, and also the outpour of pouring in of resources? I know the Rams did something for you guys as well, and some other organizations, right? Can you share about that, about the fires and the impact you have seen from the city just coming together?
And like I said, it's always tragedy that bringing somebody together, man. And the city came together big, man. You know, we were giving away clothes. You know, a lot of people, my auntie, me, everybody, we lost our house up in Pasadena, man. It was, you know, that was some, man, that was, whew. I don't even like hearing fire trucks no more, man. I smell fire. I'm just like, oh, shit. So, you know, the community came together, you know, big, man. You know, the Rams donated us, you know, a lot of equipment, uniforms, I mean, everything, you know. I think the Chargers donated to the Mirror. I don't know what other schools got donated to, but I know they got stuff donated to them, man. And, you know, like I said, everybody just came together like I wish it would always be, but, you know, that's not life. It's always some maze you got to go through. But they came together big, man. You know, even, Lance and them was doing something over there at Mirror all the time for the kids and the community. We were doing stuff over at PHS for the community. Like I said, we came together, and that's how, it's supposed to be when tragedy comes. But like I said, I wish it'll always be like that.
Facts. Well, my second question, right? So you guys just won a championship. Now, people, they try to discredit it because of what division that you guys won. But at the end of the day, a CIF championship is a CIF championship. As you mentioned, Coach Ron Jones, who is the head coach, right? He was your defensive coordinator that year prior to you guys stepping down. Can you share that feeling, though, of bringing a championship to Pasadena, something that hasn't been done in a very long time, and just that feeling?
How long?
I think they said 69, something like that. It was long time. I mean, long time. Long time. Well, everybody talks about it was Division 13, y'all won, blah, blah, blah. So, what I tell them is we were Division 13 team mentally, because we had a lot of kids that had talent, but it was always, see, like you said, Ness, people see what they want to see, but they're not really seeing inside. Like, we had kids that, would quit every other day. Oh, I'm not getting a ball. I got 2,000 pages to do by Monday, and you wait till Friday to do it. Like, it was just a bunch of, stuff mentally. We were a Division 13 mentally. Now, physically, the athletes we had, man, we could have been somewhere else, but that's why we were Division 13, because mentally we were a Division 13 team. And so, we had some guys that had to sit out 5 games. We played a whole 5 weeks with no quarterback. We were putting just athletes back there with no quarterback. Man, we went to triple overtime with Hoover. So, yeah. When everybody's saying, "Oh man, look at this, y'all shouldn't have been there." Man, go back to week 5 or whatever it was, 4. We went to triple overtime with Hoover.
Yeah.
So you tell me if we were supposed to be a Division 13 team. Even if we didn't have no quarterback and we had all these athletes, why are we going to triple overtime with Hoover?
Exactly. Man, I've never heard of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. It got ugly. It was ugly.
Yes. Triple overtime. So when people saying, "Oh man, look, y'all only run Division 13," it's still a ring, right?
Still a ring.
It's still a ring, right? So, just to bring that to PHS, man, and just being coaching there so long and being so close. I think we was in CIF with Ness your senior year, right?
Yep, no, we went second round. Second round.
We went second round.
That's what I'm saying. Just to get back to, it felt good just to be even in the playoffs. Like I said, my second year coaching, that's when we started going to the playoffs. The first year since y'all, we haven't been to the playoffs. Yep. And just to bring a ring to PHS, man, that was an amazing feeling, man. That was nice. This to have now. When I say the whole Pasadena was there, the whole Pasadena was there, man. It felt good, man, to bring something home that you went to school there, you graduated, and you started your coaching career there, man. So it felt good.
Man, last question. I got a question for you, Sham. What's some things that you doing differently from last year to do this year to defend that title? What's some things you guys are doing over there? Have coaching changes? You got to make coaching changes? Have you guys changed up the curriculum? Have you guys changed up the system? Have you guys added anything? And it's not just to give out what you guys are doing. It's just to know as you said, it was mental problems that year. Y'all won that championship. So this year, how are you going into it, not trying to have those mental problems? And what are some changes that were made amongst the coaching staff or even players to where for sure you could defend that title without having those mental breakdowns?
So for one, we don't have those type of kids no more, man. And we're young, man. We got some young dogs over there. I'm talking about some freshmen, like man,
Freshman. Yup.
like we can get some more stuff around them, man. It's gonna be some stuff coming. Differently, that's one big thing, man. Like I said, the culture has to change, and it has changed. But we had a lot of kids that were trying to be bigger than the program. You can't be bigger than the program, man. The program is what it is. Um, uh, uh,
For somebody who don't know, real quick, what is being bigger than a program? Some kids don't understand what that is. Some kids like don't understand it until it's too late. So what from what you've seen as a coach, I know what it is, but just from you've been in higher coaching positions than I have been in. So what's bigger than a program to you? What's some examples that you've seen? What's some flags?
Some examples is like kids say, like I don't want to play that position. What? How you don't want to play a position, but you're helping the team out? You're not bigger than the program. Another example: a kid will come tell you, well, I don't feel like practicing today, or I don't want to run. Well, I don't feel I gotta go to study hall because I got this, I got that. You're not bigger than the program, man. Nothing is geared towards you. You're not Pasadena High School. You're such as your John Doe. Like you have to understand when the program is doing something, you're a part of the program. You're not the program, meaning you move how you want to move. No, you move how the program moves. So if we say we got study hall at 3:30, you have your ass at study hall at 3:30. You don't come in here and say, I had to go walk my girlfriend to her car. No. Now you got consequences. If you don't want to do your consequences, then you sit. If you got a problem with that, call your mama, daddy, whoever. We're going to tell her why you're sitting. See, a lot of parents always feel like just because their son or whoever it is a star athlete, that none of this pertains to them. No, yes, everything pertains to you if you're in this program. Now, when you're done with this program, you do what you want, but it's still a system. So it's a lot of different ways you can hit if this kid thinks they're bigger than the program. So, as you talking to younger kids now, you have a lot of freshmen that are first coming into high school and they still be like lagging and doing what they want because they still think it's Pop Warner. They wearing green when we're supposed to be in black and red. That's when I start having these talks like, hey, look, dude, you're not bigger than the program, man. You have to, if we say we're wearing red and black, that's what you wear. You can't just because you a young hog, you can just do and wear what you want. No. And then, a lot of kids nowadays, man, like if I'm a senior, back when we was playing and y'all was playing, y'all get on somebody like, man, hey, man, we ain't gonna keep running for you. Man, these kids don't say nothing to these kids no more. Yeah. It's like, where is my leadership? Nobody says nothing. So it's like, that's the type of stuff you have to start in putting in these kids like you're not bigger than the program, dude.
Yeah, that's good.
Sam, I got two more really, and then I want to get to the segment, and I want a flags, right? As far as what is your pitch, not necessarily for the kids, right, but for the coaches to come down and see these kids because NIL is here, right? Transfer portal. And your whole thing, of course, is about winning. I know you care more so about the kids getting out, getting the education. How do you navigate and help them get them to the next level?
First things first, like I said, the grades. If they got the athleticism, they're going to be found. But when these coaches come to these schools, the first thing they ask is, hey, what's his character like? Second thing, I need his transcripts. What's his grades like? So to help these kids get to where they want to be is that they have to be willing to follow the lead. Something that we know we've been doing. We've been coaching. We've been doing this. We got our own kids. So you guys, to get these kids to the next level is my biggest pitch is grades. Meaning be on time to class. Sit your ass in the front. Don't be a class clown. I mean, we all was class clowns. We all did this. But if we're trying to change our structure in our life and we want to do better, then yes, we have to change our ways. But those are my main things to get these kids out of school.
Got you. So I want to. So we got this segment right. We come up with some topics. I kind of want to change it up. I kind of want to change it up today. So I want to more so. We're going to think of some flags in our culture, whether it can be sports or, you know, what we see the day-to-day basis, right? And I kind of started off today, right? So something I think is a flag, and this might be controversial. I think any workouts, as far as pro workouts, I'm talking about any sports, and you physically got to work out for a team, you should get paid for it. So if you got to do a combine, you should get paid for it. If you got to do a workout for a team separate from the combine, you should get paid for it. The only time you shouldn't get paid for it if you already an ex-player, already been in that league, and they just want to see if you can continue playing. Because now they got to see if you still got it. But anybody else, if you come out of college, if you come out of high school and they want to see you work out personally, I think the school should compensate you, because it's already been proven guys have gotten hurt at the combine and lost money. And it's also been shown that people have went to these workouts and got hurt at these camps, and they mess up them going to the next level. So I think that's a flag to me that I gotta pay or whatever for me to go. You gotta pay me to go.
Which flag is it? Is it holding? Is it a personal foul? Which one is it, man? Because I'm with you.
That's a personal foul for real, because then you taking advantage of people because of opportunity. So
I'm with that one. That's true. That's true. I believe that too. Yeah, I never thought about that, man.
It's crazy,
that's
man.
A good one. Crazy. Everybody want to get paid, right? They getting paid for it. Their name and everything, all right? So
hell no.
Hell no.
No.
You the referee, like, no, he didn't know that wasn't right. You the referee.
Invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself.
If they want to see you, I feel like you pay for yourself to get there, and you put the efforts in from you. Like, I understand they want to see you, but I just feel like it's more hunger for you investing in yourself and opening up that opportunity for yourself amongst you getting hurt. Now, I feel like you should have an agent before you do that and still invest in yourself. I don't think
some insurance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think you get the agent, you get the insurance and stuff like that. You kind of invest in yourself and at least to get there or like, because I've had a couple workouts and I didn't necessarily have to pay. Only thing I had to pay for was to get there. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of made me want to get there like a week early to prepare for the environment I'm in and you know, just check it out and stuff like that. So for me, that's offside.
That's offside. You waving the flag off?
Offsetting.
They get an offsetting penalty. I gave you 15 though.
See, and this is where in high school, yes, you got to make the investment. But when I'm talking about it, like in pro, because pro they take care of you. They pay for you to get there. Yeah. This is not high school.
Okay, so this is me coming out of Dixie.
Yes.
To go do my workouts with the pro day, the local pro days.
Yes.
And, okay, so what are they paying for?
So you know, if they like you after the pro day, they want you to come to another workout. They want you to run again. Bro, I just ran. What you want me to run again for? Either you gonna pay for me to do this workout, I'm not doing a workout. Either you like the film or you gonna believe the numbers.
I can see that perspective. I can see that if it's an initial, hey, we need you to if it's an expectation versus to you didn't like, you get what I'm saying? If it's an expectation, I'm not I didn't expect to pay, so yeah, I could pay this. But if it's conversational had, then obviously, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's a 5-yard penalty to me because it's some crooks and crannies through there that we could kind of work to. I think it's if you invest in yourself during that process, because I did, bro. Like I paid for like my training. I was blessed to have a speed trainer that did everything. So for me, it was like, all right, I just invested in where I'm gonna stay at. I like this, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So if he allowed me to pay for myself, I think I would have paid for myself, and maybe I couldn't at the time. But I think it was something that I definitely would have did to allow my journey to further, bro. And I think a lot of the people that I was around was like Alex Bachman, who paid for damn near everything. You paid for like, you give me some.
Right.
So I've seen that. I've seen that. So it's two perspectives you can look at it.
No, facts. And I want to give a case study, though, too, because this actually happened. The guy from SC, the center, he was projected to go like the first 2 rounds. He tore his ACL doing some whatever field drills, and he still did like bench, and he had like one of the highest bench. Now, mind you, for people who don't understand, right, you're paying for an agent. An agent, they give you money, they loan you money, and they're going to make the money back off you when you sign. So imagine you going to be a top 2 round pick. Your money is slotted already. When you drop, because you're not going to be able to play, and he still got drafted. He got drafted late, though. His money dropped all the way down. The thing is, he's still going to have to pay the agent back, but his money is lost. So now it didn't benefit him from doing the workout. He was better off staying at home and not going to the combine.
Yeah.
And just got drafted.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying as far as there is no safety. And then let's get into this, right? At what point in time, when do you go on a job interview and you can get hurt at that job interview? There's no profession, nothing that you gonna do where you can get hurt during the job interview. So you telling me I can get hurt and my career can be altered because of this injury, though. And then on top of this, no other job interview takes blood. No other job interview do any of that stuff. Right. At the combine, they get your blood. They get all your medical records.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff, they get access to it without you getting a job. You first got to apply for the job first.
Right.
In any other place. So that's why I'm saying it's a flag for me.
What would be the pay, though, when you go to these combines? What do they got to pay you? What you
I think you get agent insurance, and whatever through that situation that they paid, the agent has agent insurance if that happens for the athlete. Like they have to have something set up to where, or us as athletes have to be smart enough to ask for that setup to now have that agent insurance in case we were able to drop or in case we did drop. So I think like we could start something next. We could start something and kind of educate these players on, look, when you get in there, when you get with this agent, make sure you set up maybe this kind of insurance. Make sure you get in there and make sure you have this for when you get into this, when you go to the combine and you blow your ankle out or you lift it and you blow your back out. Let's just say you don't have to pay 70% of what you just lost. So it like a negotiation. I think for starting, if it was to start like that, bro, because it's at the end of the day, yesterday was one of the worst days that we could possibly get as athletes. You feel me? Being in the NFL, 53-man rosters now, everybody being cut now, everybody like, bro, I just watched Raiders on Instagram. Every day, like the energy is up. Everybody's shaking hands, showing love. But how was just that energy the last 3 weeks?
Yep.
With these other guys, you know what I'm saying? So for me, in a sense, it's more like these are dog moments, bro. These are dog moments where you've never, ever faced this emotion. You need to face this investment within yourself, bro.
Right.
You're not about to just have somebody pay for you. And that's where you get your agent insurance to where you like, look, y'all got this agency set up. Man, if I get injured, that's 30% to you guys of what you spent, 70% of what I'm keeping. Now, that's your negotiation. That's what you work out. You get what I'm saying? So it's things that I think it's pillars of small things that we can come up with to where it's like, bam, bam, you set yourself up to where you good to where now, you feel me?
Well,
see, I think it should be negotiated, but I also think it should be slotted though too. So if they have in your mind that you're gonna be a first round pick, let's buddy from Texas, who a case came out against him.
Oh, number 7, the receiver.
Yeah, and he went undrafted. And he played. Now he signed with Cleveland or something, right?
Yeah.
So of course we don't know if it's true or not and stuff like that, right? We don't know any of this stuff. But at the end of the day, he was cleared of whatever it was supposedly.
Old boy from Oregon too.
So you feel me? So now it's like, okay, if you got me slotted as a first, second round, third pick, I should be getting paid this amount. Vice versa, all the way down. Now the guys who are not though, you can set a minimum like y'all get paid this amount, right? Rather that's $2,000, whatever it is, right? But you give them something because of that. It may not be like they're gonna be taken care of, but at the same time, they got some money in their pocket for coming out there trying to for that. Because at this point in time, NIL is here, bro. They don't need the money, but now it's really the team showing that they invest in. Like, all right, we got y'all. Because at this point, if I got money and I got film, what's the point of? I don't need to go to the combine. Shador did it. Honestly, and this is a whole different conversation. The combine really make money for the NFL. They don't make no money for the players. They don't get part of that money because of TV deal.
Season. It's
the you feel me?
That's where they get all their birds. Why you, bro? We just talked. Did we talk about that, bro? How they made all that money off Shador.
So
nigga,
that's what
they sat for five. We watched the whole draft.
Exactly.
We watched the whole draft for that nigga to get drafted 5th round. Where they ratings go? Nigga, through the roof. Nigga ain't never had nobody watch the draft that long.
That long.
So we could talk about splitting revenue then as far as the ratings. Hey, based off this ratings, because they only seen the players produce. Y'all can say people don't watch the combine because they watch it because certain people are there. If you have everybody from D2s to D3s, ain't nobody watching the combine. Straight up.
Watching the combine.
So this is another leverage for players. Like, hey man, I got my money. Y'all either gonna watch the film and draft me, or I'm not showing up unless y'all pay me.
Right.
So this is one of the things where we can start bucking the system and be like, y'all need us more than we need y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing, man.
So Sham, man, you in college with it. I mean, you in high school, man. You got this NIL thing going, man. I just want to know, like me and Ness talked about it a while, like, but we really didn't dive fully deep into it. Man, Sham, what's some things you would have invested in, man? At these like what's some things you would have invested in as a young high school athlete that's making however much you making? What's some smart investments that you could help maybe some of your guys next year who might be receiving NIL?
Man, invest right. So my investment, I mean, it's really hard in this day and age right now because of the way the economy is up and down, this and that. But I'm gonna do some homework and see what's really my stocks and see what's going on with where if I put some money in this, am I gonna make some money? So I tell a lot of people, man, when y'all make money, everybody get this money and just be like, man, I'm finna go buy a Rolls Royce. I'm finna go buy this. Man, that shit is $200,000-$300,000. You pull up, now you only worth $150,000.
Yep.
Like, man, get out of here, man. So I'm gonna go invest. I'm gonna try, tell my young dudes, man, invest your money, man. Like in real estate, go buy some property, go somewhere where they're building, like say for instance, Victorville, they building all day up there, man. That's gonna be like how Rancho and all that was nothing. Now it's something. Now, if you bought a house in Rancho in 2000, you only was gonna pay $180, $200 at the max, but a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath. Now they $1 million, $2 million. So invest in property, buy some land, do something that's gonna build your equity up, not decrease your equity by buying these diamond chains and all this stuff you see on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Do some, where you gonna know your money gonna be there,
Yeah. So man, Sham, I gave you example, and then Aaron, I give you one because since you are a guest. What's a flag that you see, man, that you want to address for yourself, man? It can be any topic too.
Man, a flag. Let me see, man. Let me see. A flag. Let me see, man.
Should coaches fuck with players' moms?
It's crazy you say it because I was about to say like,
hey man, the mamas need to be trying to get their kids extra playing time, man. I don't know what they trying to do, man. They want them to have number 2 on, man.
Flag or no flag, man.
Hey,
Flag
man,
or no
shit,
flag.
Man. Hey, that ain't no flag, man. Pick up, wave it off, man. What you talking? Ah, man.
It's the flag. It's the flag on the mom. It's the flag on the mom.
Man, hey, the mama's invested in their son, man. She wants that number 1. He wants 30 carries a game. She invested.
Hey, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, but shit. It's hey, you know what I do? A flag on, man. I just hate. I want to throw a flag on parents that's always trying to make it seem like their son is like
son or daughter.
That is just like amazing to me. When parents do that to these kids, they are amazing, but they just like, oh man, my son, I'm leaving. I'm like, man, you can't predict what your son is going to do and this and this and that. Yeah, you can advocate for your son, but at that same point in time, what are you teaching your son or daughter? Like, man, stop doing that. Like, you go home like, man, they should give you the ball more. Oh, you should be doing this. Oh, man, like, no, man. Let these kids learn life, man. Now, if it's something that you see that's not getting done right, like it should be getting done, then bring it up, talk about it. But just don't be sitting over there complaining and I should have took my son over here. You would be complaining over there. So it's just like, man, that's my flag to these parents. Like, shut up. Just let these kids play. These are young men that need to learn how to be young men on their own without you always saying, oh, you should be getting the ball. Oh, you should be wearing number 2. Oh, why I can't get this face mask? Or why he can't do this? No, let them grow. Because once they get to college, you no longer have no say-so.
Yep.
Now, Lucky Mills ain't there. I tell you what, young coacher, y'all Lucky Mills ain't there. Y'all Lucky Mills ain't there. We got a running back with a dookie. Y'all Lucky Mills ain't there. Y'all Lucky Mills ain't there. We
you got that lineman face mask, huh? Yeah, he didn't have a 3-bar, he had an 8-bar, man.
Man, he had to. We started calling him Boo Boo.
Oh man. Man, but Sham, bro, appreciate you, man, hopping on, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Man, what's the next game? What's the schedule looking like for HS next game? And tell them, what you guys got going on. I know you said a little bit, but tell
we got a big game coming this Friday, man, against San Dimas. Man, they wore us out last year. Like I said, we had all our guys that couldn't play, man. Even if we would have just had one quarterback, a quarterback that can throw, it would have been a different game. But now everybody's ready to rock and roll. Big game Friday night at 7 at Pasadena High School against San Dimas. And, they're a running team, so our defense got to bring it. They run that single wing. And, man, we all we got to do is fly around to the ball, man, and do our thing. I think we should get out of there with one. So if ain't nobody, you guys, hey, if anybody's around that's watching this right now, man, come on and support the dogs. Come in the game, not at the fence.
Exactly.
And remember this doesn't, the money doesn't go to the coaches, man. It goes back to the kids, man. So if you hate me, you hate any of the coaches on the field, just remember it's for the kids, man, not me.
Nah, facts.
Straight out. Thank you, man, for coming on, Sham, man. We appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate it.
Man, have a good night, man. Thank you for letting us.
All right, Sham, man. See you, man.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right.
All right.
They getting better and better.
We had Dejuan Shamburger, assistant coach now, but long-time head coach at PHS. like y'all heard, man. Check out the game this Friday, man. Oh man, what was your thoughts, man, from what we discussed with Sham, man?
Elite, man. Pure, authentic, genuine. I always knew Sham was a good dude, bro. I got to spend a lot of time with Sham growing up. So I always seen Sham maybe in different dynamics than other people have seen him, to where they judge him for what they don't know. So I've been in situations to where I mean I've witnessed a different D Sham than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So man, I consider him like a big homie, an older brother, a mentor, father figure, man, like just giving me inspiration, just giving me that feedback to life. Um, and also, giving me the courage, man, to understand that it's I could keep going amongst all, the trouble I caused on myself being younger. So, man, I look at D Sham as a pillar in my life, bro, and I feel like that was a great segment for for him to voice himself as well as allow people to understand that, man, he's coached both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He got a taste of the playoffs when we all win. I say we all win.
Yeah.
I forgot why I couldn't play, but I was on me and Austin had got moved up.
Yep.
Both I think it was Canyon Springs and Chafee. We had got moved up in games and just seeing how y'all was developing when we was freshmen, bro. That really just it sticks with us, bro. A lot of people don't appreciate the small things that come in life. But now, man, we turned around after these coaches have given us a voice on the field, man, and just giving them a voice back. You know what I'm saying? With the flag on the culture. So this is it's only getting better as we continue to rise because we want it to get better. We're doing great things in our life, man. You're doing great things and I'm doing great things. So we only on a matter to go up, man. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about the segment tonight, man? And some small things that you might some takeaways.
Oh man, I think it was some much needed, man, because a lot of people they saw the rise of PHS, which is as Sham alluded to, that's something that hasn't been a buzz around PHS, I mean, a long time, and then to see it go flat to 0-10, and then in the first year back, which people don't understand, the first year after going 0-10 and winning the championship CIF is pretty impressive. So people need to understand that, and I'm just glad, man. He was able to share, and get some things off his chest because there's some things that Sham has been through at PHS, and a lot of people don't understand nor appreciate. But they saw it once he left, and now he's back, and making it rock as it's supposed to, and something to be proud of as alum. So that's something I'm happy for, man. Something I'm happy for.
Dog's house, man. Dog's house.
So, man, I want to talk about some things, man. Have you seen the documentary, the Dallas Cowboy documentary on Netflix? Yeah, so there is a documentary of, and I don't want to go into the whole documentary. I wanted to talk about Jerry Jones. So there's initially when it starts, right? Jerry Jones is talking about how he bought the Dallas Cowboys. I was thinking, man, so Jerry Jones, he got it into a point at that time prior to him buying the Cowboys. He was $50 million in debt, over $50 million. People who know Jerry Jones' story, if you haven't, right, watch the documentary. Where he got his money, he got it from the wells. So digging oil. One oil thing, right, oil draw and whatnot, he made $100 million, and that allowed him to buy the Dallas Cowboys at that time. He made that in $100 million that year, not just total in that year. So that got me to thinking, man, do you think anybody who is of our complexion could have been in over $50 million in debt and was able to consciously think of buying an investment and not knowing when that investment is going to return to him, but invest in it and come up big like him?
Hell no. Hell no. I was finna ask, how the hell did he get $50 million in debt and still even What? What? What?
So you have to watch it. So
Now
Jerry
that's
Jones
why
was a
all this stuff is
billionaire.
happening now. That's why all this stuff is happening now, because you're greedy. You're a greedy bastard. Straight out, bro. I don't care about none of that.
You think he greedy? Huh?
I think so.
So if you watch it in real talk, I commend him, and he's thinking how he's supposed to think. See,
I'm saying now he's greedy. After being through a situation like that, why are you not just giving some? Like, it should be easy for you to understand that you've been down before. You've been down 50 million. You've been down 50 million and you was scotch-free, untouched. And you mean to tell me it's hard to negotiate with Michael Parsons? You was down 50 million. That's my perspective of looking at it. Or anybody else is getting paid big. Why you were down 50 million? So you got the mindset of being down, and I don't know how long you were down for, but my boy, 50 million is a life debt for somebody this color. 50 million is you're gone. You're out of here. You're who?
But think about this. He probably more in a hole now than he was then, because you got to think, people who have money, they don't pay off that debt. It's some good debt. So he probably ain't paid off everything. I'm not speaking for him, right? I'm just saying he probably got more debt, because even though he got all that money, net worth, the Dallas Cowboys on paper are worth 2 point something billion, probably more than that now. So at the same time, he probably taking on some debt though because of that. And people think because he got money. I'm not saying he don't have money. The thing is though, it's a reason why he got money. He got money because he do things a certain way. He ain't dumb now. And I think we would understand this, going straight into the Michael Parsons thing. And John Hope Bryant, he talks about this, is we are talent as far as the athletes. We're never going to make more money than the guy who writes the check.
We're not trying to. We want to be paid value. We don't want to be paid with we didn't find an organization. We are helping an organization build. We are within the organization. We want to be valued within the organization that we are in. We don't want to be. You're not bigger than the program. We just heard D. Sham say that.
He is the program.
Who?
Jerry Jones. He is the program.
Now I'm talking about the players of thinking you should be paid as much as Jerry Jones. No. You started Authority Sports. You hire me. Oh, I'm supposed to be making more than you because what? Bro, there's no way, bro. And that's not even, this is the thing, bro. How are you going to be making more than somebody who established this something? You can only provide and support and enhance this person or take away from this person.
Yep.
So for me, for me, and I can understand what you mean by I can see why he's still in debt. It could be a good debt. I can see why you're saying that it could be something he could pay half of it to somebody else, and now I'll pay you this when I feel like it, or like it could be a family debt where he always do something for somebody, and or now resources are open to where they one call away to where anybody's son in the next 4 generations, anybody that have kids under his family or anybody that marry his daughter, your son automatically has this job. Mm-hmm. That could be the debt. Like, I mean, when you say a good debt, and that's the way I took it. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I just personally feel like, number one, you're not bigger than the program. And number two, we as athletes and as human beings, we never get paid our value until we knock the door down or until we are almost out. So, NFL situation, we have to play this game. We have to tweet. We have to use the media. We have to say things like we're out of here. It's not me, Aaron Simpson, the squirm, saying I want to leave. It's not me. It's me saying I want to be appreciated the value that I've been appreciated in because I love this team that I've been playing for, and I'm not understanding why they can't give me the money that I've been giving them the last couple years, the jersey sales, last couple years, the ticket sales, last couple years. I'm just trying to figure out why I can't get a lump sum for giving for in fact overachieving all my incentives that I told them that I would achieve. So we went up there, we went to the front office, we had an agreement with the front office. I've overachieved. I've done higher than what I was asked for. So no, I don't think I should be paid right next to Jerry Jones. But I definitely feel like as these 11 men on the field, I should be the highest paid 11th player, meaning the first player with the most money out here. Now, if it's a veteran over time, I understand that. But for this time that I'm here in this year that I'm here, I need to be the highest paid linebacker. Straight out. I need to be the highest paid DB. Straight out. Why? Without me, let's see what this team is.
So let's keep it here because I want to talk about that because a lot of people don't understand it fans-wise, right? So you got Cam Hayward. You just had Trey Henderson from Cincinnati Bengals, Cam Hayward from the Steelers, Michael Parsons, right? They don't necessarily understand why these athletes are complaining about, millions of dollars, right? They should just shut up and sign a contract and whatnot. Let's talk about this because the Michael Parsons situation is at hand, right? We're talking about that, but give your understanding of, if you could explain it to the fans of why these athletes are demanding this money from these owners.
So you worked at Target for 50 years to get a retirement, but for $16.50 all 50 years. You ain't gonna have no. You only bring a $16.50 value for 50 years.
Yeah.
That's where you should stay at. Now let's bring it from corporate to where we at talking about with Michael Parsons. What's understood don't need to be explained. Without him, what are the Cowboys? Right there. That's value. That's value. Number one. What can y'all do without him? And this is an NFL team. So that's what's understood pretty much don't need to be explained. But for the ones that need to have better understanding, I've overachieved of what they asked me in the front office. I had a meeting with the front office, and the front office said that I needed to have 150 tackles this season. I got 180 tackles this season. They said I needed to have 4 interceptions. I got 4 interceptions, and in fact, I got 5 forced fumbles, and I recovered 3 of them. Those are hypothetical stats, guys. I'm throwing hypothetical stats, just throwing overachieving stats of what they asked for and how he went over and beyond for what they asked for, and he's still in this predicament of this situation. And you guys would ask, well, why he just don't take the money? This is why he's not taking the money. He's not a $16.50 player for 50 years, and he has that understanding. But if y'all want to keep playing me this, it's not that I'm a decrease. I'm going to give y'all the effort that y'all pay me. So if y'all trying to weed me out the program, fine, do that. Let me have enough ability to where somebody else wants to pay me my value and let me go. So now they can pay me my value and I could be the person who I am trying to be or the person who God wants me to be. So now I can help those around me, because knowing what this is going to do for my community, what this is going to do for my culture, what this is going to do for me as a person personally. You get what I'm saying? So, man, like he's overachieved his value. And what he's asking for, he's not shy of asking for it. He's not far off of asking for it. I personally think the young man overachieved his what he was supposed to achieve. So him asking for what he's asking for, and I don't even know if he's asking for something. I just think that he wants to get paid more. So I don't even think it's a number where he's saying I'm worth this number. He's just saying I'm not worth the number last year because I'm going to give you more this year. Players have the ability to do that. He might not have knew Ness last year, but he just met Coach Ike this year. And Coach Ike just taught him how to get quicker in his game, took him all the way back to the basics, slowed the game down for him. So now he gets back over to the game and he slows the game down himself to where now he's not thinking about it, he's reacting. And that's the game is all reactive, right? So That's why he wants to get paid, because his value has risen. He has taken his value up a notch. He has taken it up to where he feels like he needs to be paid more. And I'm in full agreement with him. I'm in full agreement. The lockout and all that stuff, I'm in full agreement with guys who take the lockout. Now, what y'all fail to realize is they just not practicing for 2 hours. They've been working out all the way up until that 2 hours. That's their break right there. That lockout is their break. They taking a 2 hour from a team break, but they still about to go right after this and probably throw with the quarterback. Work out with the team. You get what I'm saying? So, yes, we look at it as a lockout, but no, they're locking out by not showing up and allowing the coaches to have a game plan with them included. Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to?
What you mean? You mean holding out?
Isn't what they call them
lockout? Holding out, holding out.
Holding out, yeah. So holding out. I thought they used to call them lockouts. Where the lockout. Well, the holdout, yeah. Where they holding out. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, we're just think like we can't run. We're not gonna look the same if Micah Parsons is out. How is our defense gonna look? How is our offense gonna look? What kind of play can we do with Jamar Chase out? What kind of play can we do with Lamar Jackson out? This don't even look like the correct film. You get what I'm saying? So it's more of a dynamic that they bring in, and we getting in the real season. So y'all can play with them if y'all want to. Y'all can play, but then again, you got somebody like Jerry Jones who got the bread. So
they all got the bread.
Yeah, you're in a tricky situation. You're in a tricky situation when you're dealing with him because he got the bread, and it seems to me that he don't care, or he waiting for somebody else to get paid so he can pay him more.
That'd be dumb on his end, but yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. What other reason could you be waiting for with your elite, with your franchise player?
Man, that's why the Cowboys are who they are. Hey, that's why. That's who they are, man. But you hit the nail on the head when you said they outperform their contract. And people need to understand, and like you said, bringing the corporate, right? Imagine somebody doing the exact same job as you, but you outperforming them, and they make the same amount or more than you. You will ask, look, we do the exact same thing. I bring more value to them. You're going to ask for more money. Now, the only thing is, the money is determined about how much the corporation is making. So the only difference is you're not going to get $1 million or $3 million because the company has to be worth like $50 million. The NFL as an entity, their cap is like 200 and something million. So now, therefore, that's why these players can get 40, 50 million guaranteed. And let's talk about this, right? The reason why, at the same time, these guys are putting their bodies on the line. So I have to get my money as soon as possible. There is no other job from what I know. If you want to quit, you're able to quit and go to another company unless they like, look, you got to be done with this whole career altogether. For the most part, people can quit and start another job in the same industry unless you really major up. And the NFL, if you like, I'm going to leave, you can leave the NFL, but they still have your rights. So you just can't leave. Because if you still want to play, you got to play in a CFL or something like that. You're going to have to play in another league, and that money's not even they're not even equatable to what you was just making. So you are kind of stuck with the team unless you get traded. And then at the same time, Darrell Revis just said about Micah Parsons, how the the owners need to be held to a higher standard because they don't even hold true to their word as far as the contract. If we're talking about contracts, because why you be saying year to year just play out your contract, but you can cut me and I don't get this money? That don't make sense. So the fans need to understand this. Listen here, buddy. If somebody's making more than you, doing the same thing, and you are in the same field, do way more than them, you're going to say something too. People need to understand that. So definitely need to understand that. Bro, school is back. I got school. I saw this. I cannot find it. If I find it, though, I'm going to make sure I put this in. There is a back to school, I'm not going to say meme, but like a carousel, right? Where there is a person, they say they have a black friend and a white friend. And they were saying how both of them view back to school different. Now, he said the black friend, right? They was like, oh man, school is here, it's so expensive. And it's like, what do you mean? So the black friend, he shared everything that he bought his kids. And the friend wrote it out as far as pricing. He was like, I had to buy him Jordans, 2 pairs of Jordans. You know, that's like 150 or more, right? So I had to buy him new clothes, new backpack, um, new new school supplies, this and that, right? And for the year for the back to school shopping, it totaled almost $1,000. He asked his white friend the same questions, like, hey, you know, how was back to school? And he was like, oh man, it was fine. And he asked him the same amount, right? Like, how much did you buy on shoes? He was like, he wore the exact same shoes from last year. Clothes. He was like, unless he outgrew them, he wore the same clothes from last year. Backpack. He wore the exact same clothes. I mean, the backpack from last year. He's like, I bought school supplies because he need more school supplies. So the white dude, he's probably spent like, I think $30 or $40 total for his child to go back to school. Versus someone black, they spent almost $1,000 on their child to go to school. What is your perspective on this with that scenario right there?
So I live in St. George, Utah, a place where I think I think this is just me hypothetically putting this out there, and it could be the number could be way lower than this. I'm just giving us the benefit of the doubt that I've seen more black people here. So it's about a 15% black people here. I think it's a maybe 15, and the rest is what it is. Caucasian predominantly. So a lot of my kids, bro, a lot of my kids been wearing the same cleats. Um, the youth league out here is so like it's so close knit that the kids been wearing helmets from when you was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
They just getting them refurbished and they keep sending them, but the tag is saying like it's like 2008, 2009, 2011, old stuff. So I understand that, bro. I've actually grown. I've actually grown to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually grown to like parents whose kids have outgrown their cleats and stuff like that. Just donate them to me so I can help kids out of my program. So that just keeps the flow going through not having to buy cleats, not having to buy, new stuff like that. As far as the culture goes, bro, I can't even give you a legit answer, bro. But we always go to this thing of trying to impress what we don't have. And the first thing you do is try to show that you got money through your kids when you really don't have money. And that's like with people in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like with people in general, like, bro, I see so many kids out here with Axiom helmets, visors. Be the sorriest kid on a goddamn team. But what are their parents giving off to adults? We want them to look the best. We want them to look the best, feel the best, and stuff like that. So I won't only say it's our culture because I see that here in St. George. You know what I'm saying? Like D. Sham just said, we got problems everywhere in every culture. You know what I'm saying? So I just personally feel like this specific problem comes from a impressional standpoint of trying to impress what you don't have. Our culture has always been like that. And we do our best to try to like help each other out, but you can only help somebody who really want to help themselves out and who really wants to further themselves in life and what they think is right. Because you can't tell none of my homies they ain't buying the Jordans that come out, and we 30 years old and they still going to buy the first J's. So you can't tell them. So after a while, it becomes an addiction. It becomes something that they make a part of their lifestyle, like a bill. So for me, it's just I wanted. Yes, we all wanted to stop, but then who am I to say that and go buy some shoes tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? So we all kind of mess up within our cultures. why the meme came out with black and white, I don't know. I guess just because it's social media and it kind of gives you that kind of context of think about black, think about white. But for me, I think every culture, personally, like we had Asians growing up, bro. Asians had the most fire Jordans, bro. But was they trying to come to school and impress? How do we know? We had Jordans too. You feel me? Was that what we both could afford it, but who could really afford it? You get what I'm saying? So for me,
and was those the China Jordans? Because the China Jordans is cheaper than the ones in the States.
Well,
they look the same.
Well, my homies is going all out broke for some Jordans, so I doubt that they was going all out for some fake ones. So I'm not giving them that benefit of the doubt. They're spending that 200, they're spending that 150, that 180, they're spending that. I personally think that. So I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt with that. I'm not saying that they fake. I'm saying you spending that bread and you don't have it. Now, with the Asian culture, you might have you get what I'm saying? Like they like a lot of fashionable things. They like things that are very, very nice, and as every other culture does as well. But just I don't know. They wear Jordans, they wear Nikes. Everybody wear Jordans and Nikes. You know what I'm saying? So how could we kind of? For me, we don't need to show what we don't have through our kids or impress those who don't even really give a damn.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this when how high school is different for everybody. As far as high school can be hard because you're there for 4 years, and if you look a certain way, they'll talk about you. So that is part of it. Your camera down, yeah. That is part of it. So parents could be compensating for their kids. They don't want their kids to go through what they went through, right? But at the same time, none of that stuff matters though either. Regardless if it's bright, black, white, whatever culture, it just shows you the priorities. You worried about some material items that's going to be destroyed, regardless of your kid is in high school, regardless of in they elementary, middle school. They're going to get messed up. It doesn't matter what it is, but you get to justify spending close to $1,000 to go to school, your child to go to school, but you won't put $1,000 to invest money for them in their future. That's where it gets to, and it just shows, right? It just shows that we don't have a money problem per se, everybody, because I'm not going to speak for everybody, but it's not a money problem, it's a managing problem. We are over-indexing things that don't matter when we should really be putting our money towards things that do matter and would move something for our future, for our kids and ourselves. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate. And like I said, I don't think it matters if it's black or white. It just shows the value that people have when it comes to, yes, this is school here, but if you talked about another thing, we can make this comparison in all different types of categories or whatnot. So, bro, this is another episode, man. Flag on the culture, man. We went over
Flag
a lot.
on the culture, man. Special guest tonight, man. D Sham came through, man. We he got some stuff off his chest, got some things off his mind, man. Coach Ike, Coach Squirm, man. Y'all know we always bringing y'all weekly drops, man. Sometimes we'll have a special guest, sometimes we won't have a special guest. But at the end of the day, tap in, let us know what you want to hear. Even if you got a DM Coach Ike or DM Squirm, DM me myself. DM us, let us know what y'all want to hear. Help us out, help us help y'all move forward, man. Any special guests, anybody that think you're a special guest and we might be forgetting about you, man, help us help you. We want you to help us throw flags on the culture, and we want you to throw them with us.
Facts, man. Facts. Man, that's a wrap for tonight, man. Much love. See y'all.
I'll see you next.